Good afternoon, Fantasy Bay. We're going to be doing a different episode today. It's going to be a buy low and sell high episode. So I'm going to be going over some players that I believe had terrible weeks week one or week one and week two that need to be targeted in trades. There's going to be a lot of people out there that are panicking about these players, and I personally believe you should get them before they show out. So let's get started. All right, for the buys, we're going to start with Mike Evans. Mike Evans has had a meh start to the season. He had the flu week one. Week two, Jameis Winston couldn't hit him, but he almost got him for a touchdown. So I truly believe that Mike Evans moving forward should still be a great trade target, and I think that he's going to be a top 12 wide receiver for the rest of the year. So we have Sony Michel. He had an awful game. Awful game. I don't expect that to keep happening. The Patriots used him very heavily in the playoffs towards the end of the season. I think that as long as he stays healthy, he's going to have a great year. And if you have a chance to buy him on the cheap, I recommend it. Juju Smith-Schuster also got shut down by the Patriots. Honestly, Bill Belichick is the cheat code to defending players. I'm not taking this Juju slowdown as like the end of the world. He's slowed down Antonio Brown plenty of times when he was playing with the Steelers. The Bill Belichick likes to find your best players, which are Juju and James Conner, and they just lock them down and they just don't play very well. And they say, use someone else to beat us. And I can't blame them for that. They obviously dominated, so that was a great choice by them. Ipso facto, I'm also going to bring up James Conner. I still believe in James Conner. He may have had a terrible week one, but I do believe moving forward, James Conner is going to be a beast. So if somebody's trying to trade you him in a package deal or they're worried about him, please snake him up. I'm a fan. Devontae Adams had a 100% garbage game. But most people should know playing the Bears that he wasn't going to have a good game. But if anybody's shopping him, please take him immediately. I'm talking about yes, please. Devonta Freeman. So a lot of people are pretty off on Devonta Freeman this year. And in my opinion, Vikings just showed they have a really good defense. And Atlanta showed that their offensive line is pretty trash. That being said, I still see Devonta Freeman as a top 10 running back this year, and I believe they're going to be starting to get him the ball more. So I would watch out for him having a better week, and if you have a chance to get him, I'm grabbing him. Miles Sanders. I don't know if there is a rookie that is more underrated right now because of their week one performance than Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders had 40+% of the snaps, as well as a touchdown that got called back due to a flag. He was a quarter inch from getting another touchdown. That's another 14 points on top of his points already. And I personally believe that they're going to start featuring him a little bit more. In the next few weeks, I foresee Miles Sanders dominating the target share in that backfield. Darren Sproles is still going to get his, and I still believe Jordan Howard has a role, but I believe it's going to be Miles Sanders pushing forward pretty much. All right, so we have Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray had a bad game until the fourth quarter when he decided to throw a couple touchdowns to Larry Fitz. I think that he's going to have another bad game this week. I don't think it's going to be 100% terrible, but as a Kyler Murray owner, I was very nervous looking down at the stat sheet and having 0. I was very worried. But that being said, I'm not selling Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray over the year is where I thought he would get his bread, not at the first 2 games. So if you drafted Kyler Murray, sit him on your bench if you can, because you probably got him in like the 12th round, if not later. So you probably have another quarterback. I fire up your other quarterback until Kyler Murray shows what he's got, because he will. I believe in him this year. All right, so we have Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones had a bad week, And I believe he's going to have another bad week this week facing the Vikings because the Vikings defense is fire. But I believe at some point he's going to be taking over, and you can probably buy him really low after this Vikings game. If he has a bad game with this Vikings game, you can sell it on, oh man, he's had 2 bad games. He's not even dominating his backfield. You have Jamal Williams there. I'm not hearing any of that. Buy low on Aaron Jones because he will be freed at some point. All right, so those are the buys. Let's go to the sells. Now, when I say sell, I don't mean it's a fire sale. Get rid of these guys. They're not worth being on your team. What I'm saying is, if someone is willing to give you great value for the upside of these players, you absolutely take it. I'm not just trading these guys away for no reason. I'm trading them away knowing that I'm going to get somebody better. For example, T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. Hilton had an amazing game. And I think T.Y. Hilton actually has a good year this year. But for me personally, I don't like the consistency of T.Y. Hilton. I feel like he's very up and down. And I don't want that on my roster. But the first game of the season, 2 touchdowns, a bunch of yards, trade him away for somebody more consistent. Let's get a Mike Evans in there. Let's get a Keenan Allen in there. If you could get either one of those, I think that it's an upgrade. Austin Hooper. I don't think that target share stays the same. He was 9 for 9. That's amazing. He was killing it. I don't think that it stays like that. But if somebody is really desperate at tight end and Austin Hooper happens to be your second tight end, do not be worried about trading him because I think that he plays well, but not every game. And if you have a different tight end or you could upgrade in another position, I say do it. This one, I don't know if I actually even honestly think that selling is the option. You would have to come to me with a very good option for me to give you this guy. And this guy's Austin Ekeler, man. Austin Ekeler could be a top 12 running back until Melvin Gordon comes back. Hunter Henry goes down. Melvin Gordon's gone. Mike Williams is dinged up. It's basically Austin Ekeler and Keenan Allen. That's it. The rest of them are either big, deep threats or backups. So Austin Ekeler, I believe, should feast until Melvin Gordon comes back. And if he does not come back for some reason, man, he's going to be a beast. So if you're willing to sell him, I'm selling him high. You better give me a first or second round pick type high. Like, I'm not even sure who to exchange him for. He's so hot right now. The only thing I can say bad about Austin Ekeler is it's not guaranteed to continue. If Melvin Gordon decides to come back, that's just going to destroy his value. Not that he doesn't deserve it. Austin Ekeler is a fantastic running back, but I don't believe that they're going to keep him on the field over Melvin Gordon, so it's more of a temporary rental. So if you're comfortable with a temporary rental, which I think personally you should be, I would stick with them. But if you're one of those people that want to exploit the amazingness that you have, I have no problem with trading him away as long as you're getting appropriate value. And in my opinion, appropriate value is somebody in the top 2 rounds of the draft. So not giving him away, but if you need to sell him high. Philip Dorsett, I think once Antonio Brown starts playing, Philip Dorsett's going to be irrelevant. So you need to sell him now if you want anything for him. John Ross. I actually believe in John Ross. I think John Ross actually has a good year this year. That being said, people are overvaluing the heck out of him. They are thinking that he is the next coming. And I'm sorry, in my opinion, when AJ Green's back, he's still third. We got AJ Green, Tyler Boyd, and then John Ross. And John Ross is talented. Don't get me wrong. John Ross is very good. He's another one where I'm like, you know what? I still think you should get very good value for him because he's going to be good. And even when AJ Green gets back, I think he's still good for a couple weeks until AJ Green gets his footing. So I'm not saying just to sell him off. What I'm saying is he had an amazing week. And if somebody gives you an outrageous offer, take it. If I can give you any really good advice about fantasy football, no one is off the table. If someone is willing to give you an offer that you can't refuse, just gave me an offer that I can't refuse, then take it. There's no player that's not tradable. I love Christian McCaffrey. I'm not trading him for the world. But if you bring the world, I'm going to be looking at it. I mean, if you give the right offer, you can get pretty much anybody. So if somebody is willing to jump over the moon for a player and you see some value, I say take it. Cortland Sutton had a good game and people are ooh and ah over him. I am selling him, especially before he plays the Bears because he's about to get shut down like a vault, baby, locked down. And that's going to be the end of Buy Sell Week 2. If you have any questions, hit me up, let me know. And that's going to be it. I'll see you later, Fantasy Bay.